I mean, I can tell you right now, I will never, and mark my words, never, ever, ever buy another investment property in the United States ever again. And I've been investing in the United States real estate since 2000, and I think my first property I bought in the United States was 2001.
Oh baby, look at you. When you walk in, everybody got their eyes on you. On you, on you, on you.
Family, here we are in the beautiful Kigali Golf Course. And folks, I'm hanging out with my American brother from another mother, Mr. Assar. Mr. Assar, you're here. And I know you're having pleasure, but also for business. How is business for you in Rwanda?
Business is doing well. My real estate investments is what I'm here doing, real estate development here in Rwanda. I'm enjoying it, seeing the fruits and benefits of working on my second project now. The thing I love the most about it is I can actually see the difference between doing a project here and in Rwanda versus doing it in the States, because I'm currently doing a project in the United States, so I can compare it and get a good comparison on quality, affordability, the cost to get it completed, see the time frame, and to see what I get for my money here versus what I'm getting in the States is obviously where I've come up with. I said I'll never buy another investment property in the U.S. ever again. How much more you get for your money, it's obvious why I would not want to do
that. You go leaving them broken hearted, eat them up like you've been starving. What? You can't get enough. Baby, look at you.
And this is the view to die for. You're seeing everything.
Yeah, so we got a nice view up here in Ribeiro. They call it Mount Ribeiro, Rwanda. I call it my $1 million view, because something here, to have this kind of a view in the States, you're definitely spending several $1 million to get this type of view in the States. And I'm paying nowhere near that amount of money here in Rwanda. So you got the nice, beautiful, right over there, you got the airport you can see out in the horizon. That's probably about, I would say, at least maybe 15 kilometers away, 15, 20 kilometers away to Bujaseris, where they're building a new airport, maybe even further than that. And the thing I like about this property is the property is in between the new airport where they're building it and Kigali. So it's basically about 20 minutes there. Have the dirt road that's up here right now. This dirt road right behind it. So I'm not gonna have anybody building up behind me, which is what I wanted. That's why I got a property on the road. They're gonna tarmac the road. And we call it in the States sometimes asphalting the road. They're gonna do that up there. I wanted to make sure I got a property because we like that close to the road, because the further you go down the hill, it's gonna take longer for development and roads and things to take place. So that was my goal when I looked at this property.
The way you say what you mean.
Purchased this property, or at least the land, probably about 2.5 years ago now. Finally got to building it. Started last October 2023. Things are going well, on time, on schedule, on budget. That's the one thing I like. One of the things I wanted to talk to folks when it comes to investment phase, what I did first in my project is we have a video. I know did a video before. Yeah, I went to the renovation phase first. I renovated before I went to building. And there were several reasons why I did that versus starting right out building and development. I wanted to, one, test the market, because I looked at many and numerous videos before I came here. A lot of folks that come here bought land. Not that they necessarily failed, but they didn't, run into issues with contractors and things of that nature, and more so because just doing business differently. I actually do real estate development in the United States, as well as I do here in the States. Here in Rwanda. And it's the same technique, you want to renovate, you want to build something from the ground. You got to learn the market, learn the area, learn how they do business. And so that's kind of what I did when I renovated the first house I did. I renovated it, but now I'm here. I bought land and I'm developing. Things are going well. I have that property. Anybody ever interested in coming there? Airbnb 3-bedroom house in Gacharillo, 5 minutes from the golf course. Definitely can come Airbnb, VRBO, whichever rental that you want to do. You can come there and check that property out. Totally renovated, gutted it down, renovated out. And now this is my new project that we're building. This is a 2 unit. It's going to be 2 separate units with 4 bedrooms on each side. So my goal is to use this property for, of course, Airbnb. You can see the view. When I'm in town, I'm gonna stay on one side of the property, and then actually be used for retreats, anniversaries, you name it. You know, we're gonna have all kinds of little things that's going on. Like I said earlier, we're gonna be right in the line. Just saw some news. The new airport is supposed to be done in 2026, I think 27. The new airport 27, 28 time frame. So it's gonna be in line to be right between the city and the new airport. So it's a perfect spot. The view is magnificent. The nighttime views, you can't even beat it. You know, the nighttime views, even though you see the city lights, all the new development, it's just beautiful, beautiful. You can't even ask for more.
Now, my question to you, Asar.
Mm-hmm.
There are many diasporans in the West. And apparently, if you mention anything about Africa,
Mm-hmm.
they normally maybe find an excuse, or they're more likely fearful of coming to Africa.
Mm-hmm.
If you decided to take the leap and to tell you what you want to invest in Africa, particularly Rwanda,
Mm-hmm.
what was the spark for you?
Well, I mean, I had done business in Africa before. I've been invested in Africa, doing business since about 2011. And yes, I've had my trials, I've had my errors, I've had my things that were successful, things that weren't successful. That's like anywhere. And I've done the same thing in the States. I think a lot of times fear comes from Africa is because of lack of knowledge. There's an old saying, lack of knowledge stems all fear. So if you get some knowledge, you can cure any fear that you have out there. So, you know, with me coming to Africa, I've been now to 13 different countries. So I traveled around Africa. I love it. I love being here. I love the environment. I love seeing the people that look like me doing things in charge. And Rwanda, just like any place else, you got to do your research before you come. Whatever part of Africa you go to, there's some trials, tribulation, there's some benefits, no, there's some pros, there's some cons. So you just got to do your research at the end of the day. And so I did my research before I came. And just like anything else, I met people who were already here doing business before I came. I picked their brain, got here. I met some people who already here, who were locals, maybe doing business, people who are foreigners doing business, pick their brain and, you know, relationship build. And so you just ask a lot of questions, try things out, move slowly, move a little bit at a time, you know, and then that's how it works out. So a lot of it's just lack of knowledge when it comes to not wanting to do business in Africa. It's like anything else.
Look at you. They say that.
I mean, I can tell you right now, I will never, and mark my words, never, ever, ever buy another investment property in the United States, ever again. And I've been investing in the United States real estate since 2000, and I think my first property I bought in the United States was 2001. So over 20 plus years, I've been buying properties, and I'm actually right now renovating a property out in the United States. I got a 6-unit apartment. It's a commercial residential, 1-unit office in the front, downtown in Hampton, Virginia. And I got 5 residential units in the back, right? I literally bought that property a month before I bought the property I have in Gacharil that I'm already renting out Airbnb. Had I waited till after I got back on that trip when I bought that property, I would have never bought the property in the United States. Never.
You said you would never, ever, ever buy another property in the United States, investment
Yes,
property.
I would never buy another investment property in the United States. And let me tell you why. All right. Let's look at this property right here. And I'll send you video. I'll send you some pictures and just so you show for videos, and I'll give you an essence of what I'm talking about. 2 examples. First, let me give you the first example. Let's talk about maintenance. All right. Renovation. So the house that I renovated already, a house that I already have that's an Airbnb at home, my single family home. So these are 2 single family homes I got, one in US, one here. All right. This is how fate works. Literally the same day, I had the same plumbing issue. The same exact plumbing issue in the United States, the same exact plumbing issue here in Rwanda. On the same day, it was a Saturday, right? I was like, what the heck? I was actually in the Philippines. I just got back from Philippines this last week. So both of them, like, so I got both my managers, house folks giving me calls telling me this went out, this went out. So I said, okay, let's get a plumber. So I called to get a plumber in the United States. It's Saturday. Saturday about 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Saturday. Can't get anybody. All right. They're not coming that day. It's already later today. I said, can you get you to come out on Sunday? Possibly. But that's a $150 Sunday fee. Just for emergency. They call it an emergency coming in on a Sunday. Well, they didn't come out until Monday. All right. They came out on Monday. It cost me $275. It was just, they had to go in, just some people putting a bunch of toilet paper in the toilet. You know, I had to use a snake to clean it out. $275 to get that done in the United States. He was at the house for 40 minutes. Because he texted me when he got there, he texted me when he left, and showed me a video. He was there 40 minutes, $275. Here in Rwanda, called the guy, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. He was at the house Sunday morning at 9 a.m. He was there for about 40 minutes. Cost 20,000 Rwandan francs. What? Fix the same issue.
Cost you about $15.
$15, $16 in Rwanda to fix the exact same issue.
Same issue. So here,
$275 in the United States. And at least the guy here in Rwanda even cleaned his own mess up. The guy in the United States didn't even clean his mess up. He said, I don't clean the mess up. So he actually clogged out the drain and put some stuff into the city street. I had to have my house people come clean it. I was totally just peed off when that happened.
well, this is what a lot of us in the West don't realize, that the cost of living here is lower.
All day.
The quality of life is better.
Yes.
You don't walk in unless you got it.
And what would you say about the return on investments here?
Return on investments there. Okay, I can just give you an example. Again, Airbnb, about the same amount of money we talking about rate of return and investment amount. But my Airbnb last year here in Rwanda made somewhere between 14 to 15,000 USD. Just look at it from that perspective. And I didn't even rent it out for 3 months because I was actually in the property. I was here 3 months out of the year last year. So when I'm in that property here in the States, I don't, rent that house out. This property here, because I've been here working on this, one that we're doing right now. And this is where I'll move to once I do come, when this is finished. It's projected to finish this probably maybe by, let's say, next spring or summer at the latest, to be totally completed with everything. That's my realistic goal. They're saying faster, but I'm gonna take it. We still, just like anywhere else, any contractor.
Yeah.
If it finished on time, you lucky. I don't care, not here in Rwanda, just in the United States. Trust me, they moving slow in the United States. Another example where I talk about example is you look at the property here, my property that we got right here. This is phase 4 where we're at right now. And I'll show you another example. I said the cost of living and the cost to do labor and the cost of do things. My property in the United States, I had some work done, some just like this, some brick work that needed to fix a leak that's in one of my units. So that work is nowhere near in comparison to the massive amount of work that's being done right here. It was a 3-day job to just go in, cast some water leakage. They had to come in, knock off some stucco, seal the wall, and then finish it back up with some more plaster or cement work they had to do to just cover it up. This didn't include the paint. They didn't paint it. 3 days, $8,800. And that was the cheap quote. I had a quote up to as high as $19,000 to do the same work.
Wow.
So you see the difference in the labor. It's crazy, the difference in the labor. Same work. Somebody came with $8,800. Another person do the same work was $19,000. And let me make this clear. That was just labor. That did not include the supplies. Just labor. That was $8,800 for 3 days of work. And when you see, because I'm gonna give you a picture so you can see the work that was done. You can easily tell the area they fixed. It was no area was probably about 5 feet high and maybe 15 to 20 feet wide. $8,800 of work.
Wow.
Ridiculous. 3 days they spent.
3 days.
Did not include supplies. They only included labor.
Wow.
So you do the math. 3 days, I'll say they worked 8 hours a day, which they didn't. But let's say they did work 8 hours a day. You do the math. That's ridiculous.
I made this for you.
Can you explain the size of the unit of this property again?
All right, so this is going to be 3 levels. It's going to be 2 levels. So this is the first level, second level, another level, and then we're going to have a rooftop. So it's really 4 levels. Because on the rooftop, we're going to have a hot tub. It's going to have a bar area where you can have a cookout. It's going to have pool table things at the top. So it's basically you can look out. And then the next level, we're going to have 2 sides. It's going to be 4 bedrooms. And it's going to be able to split off to where I'm designing it. You can make it 4 2-bedrooms. And so you can knock off one side, make it 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom. That's how it's been designed. So just again, let's talk about the size. The size is huge. I can't give you the exact dimensions because I'm not good with the square meter thing.
But it's a big place.
Oh, it's huge. Oh, yeah, it's going to have plenty of space. It's going to have beautiful views. You're going to see outside. You're going to be able to go out the bedroom, go out into the balcony, look out, and things of this nature. But let's get back to the example I was telling you about repair. So we just started the 3rd phase, and I want to talk about, you talking about work, ethic, work hard, do what they need to do. They just started this phase last Monday.
Last
Monday? Last Monday.
Last Monday.
It's just Monday now. What's today? Monday?
Today's
What's today? Tuesday? Monday.
Today's Monday.
Okay, they just started this last Monday.
Last Monday.
Yes. So what we just saw in this new phase here, you see the blocks here? That's this phase. There was no blocks here last Monday. Last Monday there was no blocks. So they're blocking. So this phase was blocking. So they came in with the cinder blocks, paying for the cinder blocks, blocking right here. So you can see they've done this in less than a week, folks. That's their work ethic. They have people here working, doing what they need to do. They're working every day, Monday through Monday.
I'm not sure if you want to say it, but for the land size, how much did it cost you, say, for the land to build this kind of project?
Oh, I mean, this land up here in this Ribeiro area, I was fortunate I came in early because I did my research.
Yes.
Because actually on the other side over there is developing much faster than this. So I said, okay, over there, land, the same size plot. I got 2 plots because I'm doing multi-units, 350 square foot meter lots, 320 to 350 square foot meter lots. So I got 2 of them here. On the other side over there, yeah, if you look where you got your camera, it's being developed. That's where they got the new movie theater and everything on the other side. When I first came here about 2.5 years ago looking for land before I started building my project, so I've renovated the other project. I knew I wanted to build, so I was just looking for land. Land over there, 300 square meter lot was $35,000.
$35,000.
Yes. Right now it's about $80,000.
So in 3 years, from
Over there,
35,000 to 80,000.
Yes, over there, yes.
So basically it's at 100 and maybe around, say, 10%.
Yes. This land
increase.
right here by the road, this was $25,000 a lot.
This one right here that you build on.
Yes, and it's not 25,000 USD. It's 25 million.
25 million, which is about maybe 21,000 US dollars.
US dollar right now.
Family.
Per lot. All right, this is how much it was per lot here. Right now, if you was coming to get any of these lots on the road, you're going to spend anywhere between 65 to 75 million.
Absolutely.
Per lot.
You see, this is what we're trying to tell you folks in the West, especially our folks.
Yes.
That comfort is the enemy to success.
Yes.
And while we're fearful, and while when we go to Google and then we key in Rwanda and we see the genocide, we panic and become fearful, we're not realizing that this country is developing at a rapid pace. And folks, there's money here to be made. If you're also fearful of actually maybe putting shovel in the ground, Asar, from your experience and your level of risk taking, what would you want others to think about, or maybe collaborate with you, or maybe get your advice on what to do, or maybe they can invest with you? What would you want others to do in this case?
Well, I mean, it's first of all, figure out what you want to do.
Yeah.
Everybody don't want to do real estate. I do know that. Some people want to start a business.
True.
First of all, if that's your route you want to go, and you want to start a business, because that's usually the cheapest route.
Yeah.
Starting a business is cheaper because you can rent the place. You get your market. Do a business plan.
Absolutely.
Do a business plan, not the one in your head. I'm talking about actually
getting the numbers, the feasibility studies, the research.
The numbers, get the research. That's going to be far much better. Because to be honest, I've had multiple people come to me and ask me to invest in business, and I won't even look at their business until they come with a business plan. I had several people give me business plans. I look at the business plan, and I'm gonna tell you just for a prime example, I had somebody that wanted me to invest in a supermarket. All right.
Supermarket.
Supermarket, like you see a lot of the side
Yeah.
stores around here. Some already, I said, okay, come with a business plan.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of predetermined. I didn't think it would be working because I see so many supermarkets. I said, what's separating your supermarket from anybody else's supermarket, right? So they came with the business plan, no lie. So I asked them, what is your profit margin?
Mm.
You know, you got your wholesale, because they're going to be a retail,
Absolutely.
not a wholesale. They're going to be a retail, maybe selling little things to wholesale. When I looked at the numbers, they came back, their profit margin was like 4%.
It's a waste of
From
time.
what they bought it,
It's a waste of time.
yes, and they didn't have certain numbers in, okay, what spoilage? It's a supermarket, so you can have spoilage, you're going to this, you're going to have theft, and things of that nature. I was like, really? I looked at, but I actually talked to them. I said, this isn't a good plan because I've done the studies, I got the education, all that stuff going on with it, and that's what I see a lot of folks fail to do, really market research. They think their idea from their U.S. states or wherever they come
It's
from,
a completely
Canada,
different.
it might work here. See, matter of fact, I see a lot of people who come here. I watch a lot of expats. You've seen them, met a few. Some business you've seen come and fail. Start restaurants. I've seen at least 3 expat folks come here, start restaurants.
Yeah.
And all fail.
Quickest business to fail.
Yes. I'm going to tell you, that's the hardest business to make it successful in the United States, anywhere in the world.
Well, the thing is that, and which is very interesting, family, is that Asar have done investment here, I've done investment here, and we've done the numbers. Now, one of the things I've realized is that since we're going to say maybe move to a different environment like here, you have to basically do your homework prior to coming.
Yes.
And I see many expats, they curse, they get mad, they say Rwanda is bad, they say Africa is bad. And what I've realized from my observation is that they don't have a passive income and they didn't do the homework. Meaning that if you're going to come here, which he's doing and I am doing, but what we're doing the homework to know that when you make that move from a financial point of view, you're solid. What would you say to the expats or the diasporans in the West? What should they do in advance? Or what preparation should they make before they come in this country?
Well, I hope you don't come in this country first time and then come to invest. Hopefully you come to visit first.
Yeah.
And stay for at least 2-3 weeks or a month and do your research. That's what I did the first time I came. First time I came here, I stayed for a month. Came here, I actually got an Airbnb in 2 separate areas of town on purpose.
To feel the place out.
To fill the place out. I said, I want to stay in this. I literally looked at the map, had never been here before. I saw the airport, travel around the world a lot. There's typically a lot of stuff around the airport.
Yeah.
All right, so I stay south of the airport, and then I stay north of the airport. All right, and then I love to golf. So I found a golf course. I'm gonna stay somewhere near the golf course.
Absolutely.
Part of my town. So the first 2 weeks I was here, I stayed south of the airport. Got to learn the city, walked around, saw what was around there. Then the last 2 weeks I was here, I stayed up north of the airport near the golf course, which I fell in love with the area up there. Didn't know anything about it. Just looked at a map, did some research. Literally just scanned and said, okay, this is probably looking at the city. Went in Google Maps. Okay, I see this mall here. I see this here. Just said this is a good area to probably look for Airbnb. When I came here, did the research. I'm a gregarious guy. It's not hard for me to meet people.
Absolutely.
Right,
Yeah,
so,
we met like that, eh?
Yeah, that's how I met Richard.
Yeah.
I met him. I saw him at it was at the Nelson Mall, right?
Yeah,
I was getting a pedicure. $7, $7,000.
$7 pedicure.
It ain't $7. It's 7,000 in Rwanda francs.
Okay,
so
but
it's
$6
about
pedicure.
$6 pedicure, 1 hour.
Yeah.
1 hour pedicure. I mean, good pedicure. The scrub, massage, everything. So I met you. I said, hey.
That was it.
And that was it. And we've been in touch ever since then. I said, hey, what's up, man? Where you from? We just talk just like that.
Yeah.
Especially you see someone else, another foreigner.
Absolutely.
But I mean, you got to, and you can't just meet other foreigners here either. You got to meet locals.
Absolutely.
You can't just do it with the foreigners. You got to meet some local folks. There's the local folks that are smart, that knows the way how business is done. And that's what I did. First
They know the terrain.
Had a translator, good people who know folks. Other people doing business in the same area. Met some folks doing real estate that are actual locals that show me around.
Yeah.
And that's how you got to do. You got to meet people, research. Don't be scared to talk to folks. You go sit in your room, don't want to communicate with people, don't want to learn the local language. Even learning the local language. I'm taking Kinyarwanda classes. Been taking Kinyarwanda classes for the past 6 months. I'm getting pretty good with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it does fade as I go back to the States.
Absolutely.
And then I'll pick it back up when I come.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that's got me in so many places because I know the language a little bit?
I believe you.
I can go about 3 to 4 sentences deep in
Yeah.
the conversation with people. Then after that, when they start, then I venture off because that's where my level of education has kind of dissipated. But that to see their eyes when you talk to them in
the local language.
and they see they
That you
and I've
care.
heard this from most of the people, yes, that I'm not coming to think I'm better.
Yeah.
I'm coming to immerse myself to become one
Of them.
And so I get so much more help by doing those things.
Go back. What's the most important thing would you say
Patience.
expat needs?
Patience.
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 What about passive income?
Well, passive income. It's not necessarily passive because everybody don't have the option. I'm retired military.
Yeah.
So I have a pension.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And, you know, other things like other passive incomes that I have from the United States. So everybody doesn't have that option.
Yeah.
Everybody's not working in those fields. If you have it, definitely it makes things so much easier because cost of living here is so inexpensive.
Oh, man.
I was just talking about this today with one of my friends, local friends here who does Airbnb. He's in Rwanda, and he was talking about cleaning fee. He asked me, he said, do you when you do Airbnb, he asked me, well, do they clean every day between your Airbnb stays? I said, no, we get cleaning when they come and they clean them when they leave. No, every day.
Yeah.
And he said, how much does that cost? I said, on average, $125 to $150 for the cleaning fee. And that's just to clean when you come, before you come, and you don't get no cleaning until you leave. Right?
Mine is cheaper though.
But I mean, in the United States, that's average.
Oh,
actually, my cleaners charge me $130. I'm actually losing $5.
Yeah.
And it's $125.
You need to use my cleaner. It's more affordable.
I'm talking in the United States.
Oh, you
I'm talking about the United States, not
okay.
here. No,
Okay.
not here. No.
Okay.
I'm talking about the United States. Here, you get cleaning every day at my house, and the cleaning fee is only $35. So you see the difference. United States, you get for $150, $25 cleaning fee.
You hear that, folks?
Before you come.
You hear that, folks?
And you got to change your own bed sheets in between. Wash your own clothes. That's the difference. So my cleaner here, I don't have no cleaner. I got a housekeeper.
People have no clue how good it is, eh?
Yeah, that's just to cover my dry clean. The $35 is to cover my dry cleaning fee because I dry clean my comforters and duvets every time after between each stay.
Good.
Life is good in Kigali, Rwanda.